I have social difficulties. It affects my social capabilities with other people, my social cues and understanding people and getting people to understand me.
Basically, you can't really express yourself, can you?
I'm a bit nervous, I'm a bit shy. Not that.
He can't speak. He can't communicate people very well. He can only say certain things to us, like yes or no.
It means like seeing a life different to other people and being treated differently.
It's a bit of a relief, but at the time it was quite weird and different.
A little bit scared and like nervous.
My mum didn't tell me. It was when I was in a review like of my overall year, and they like blurted it out then. I kept on asking what it was, and they wouldn't explain it to me. It's quite bad because it felt like I was just like an outsider, because they all knew what it was, what was wrong with me, but I didn't know what was wrong with myself.
When I got diagnosed, I felt kind of upset because I knew I was going to be different to everyone else.
I was always playing by myself. It was a bit of both me wanting to play on my own and them just not noticing me.
I had some very good friends at school, but in general I struggled socially. I made myself misunderstood and I didn't understand them all the time, and that made it difficult for me to make friends.
And I've been to like 12 different schools and mainly been bullied, and I've had to leave there. No.
Some did and some didn't.
Some more than others, I think.
Some of them did, some of them didn't quite understand, and they didn't really, I don't think all of them made that much of an effort in terms of understanding what it means and how my needs might be more just different from what the other people's needed. Maybe if they had a better understanding of what it meant and what it does, then maybe it would have been a much easier experience.
I think the worst thing about having autism is not being able to mingle as well as other people, and not being able to socialise as well as other people.
Being treated different to others and getting bullied, and just not being able to do stuff that I really want to do because other children might bully me. And I get really scared like when I do new clubs in case people don't like me.
And I think also there's a delay in development. I think many autistic people may be younger in a mental stage, even though they're older physically. I think that's also a challenge.
Difficult to socialise with people and finding friends, because everyone else has got their own like individual group of friends, but I kind of find it difficult to get the friends and keep them.
Well, just knowing that you're different to everyone. Which I think is also, which can also be like the best thing really, I think, because it's sort of so you know you're different, but you know why you're different.
Getting special help. The best thing is having these very fixed interests, and with these interests it gives you these capabilities, powers, as some people would call them, these talents, such as maybe being into science or into languages or something like that. It makes them excel in that subject, and I think that can really help them in life when they get older.
Just don't think bad of them, because maybe they're just autistic and have a hard way of expressing themselves.
Just don't take them for granted. Like, if they've got something wrong with them and you don't know, like, it's okay to be like that.
Just don't judge people because you don't know what they are like inside themselves. Not everything's seeable and noticeable with people.
If autistic people could get the support they needed, they could end up succeeding really well. Albert Einstein was autistic, and look what happened to him. They think that Isaac Newton had autism. Look what happened to him. So if people can understand it, then the autistic people can go really well.
It can be great, and I think the better you understand it, the best it is for everybody.
Definitely, yeah.
In what way?
Because before I didn't hardly know anything about autism, but now I sort of seem to know a lot more. I can sort of relate to it.
Well, media tries to portray it in a way that it's really a big disability and that people should be really sort of gentle with them. But Ryan's kind of showed me that they're not really that different, are they?
Before, I had absolutely no clue what it was like to actually be taught to them, because I've never had much experience with this. But since I've been here, I've got to really get to know them, and they're so lovely. They're really kind, really lovely people. And actually, there is no difference between us. And I've really enjoyed myself.
I think since I've been involved with the project, I definitely see it differently. Like, I didn't really know much about it before the challenge, and it's helped me realise what it actually is and how it affects people. And it's helped me realise that children or adults with autism, they're not really different to us in any way. They just have slight differences in, they may have learning disabilities and like that, but that doesn't make them different people to us at all.
I think it's important for people in the general public to get an understanding into how to interact better, so that people with autism can achieve their full potential, because they have just as much potential as the rest of us.
Don't judge people as soon, don't judge them straight on their actions, wait, sort of get to know them a bit more before judging them, kind of thing, and be lenient on people. Don't sort of just judge them straight off.
I think that society could help support autism by perhaps teaching in schools, because I just didn't know anything about it. But by being on this, being able to interact with these kids, I found out a lot more, and I think that it should be taught in schools, because otherwise, how are they is anyone ever going to know?
If I could say one thing to the world about how we see autism, is that I think we shouldn't really treat them too differently, because they are just as capable as we are to achieve great things in their life.
They don't just have autism, there's more to them than other people may actually just see.
Don't be too quick to judge, and try to, as best as you can, to understand that.
Yeah, understanding is key. I mean, if you can't understand where they're coming from and why they're acting like that, then you can't really judge them because of that.
If I had to say one thing to the world, it would just be to not alienate people with autism and just treat them the same way and give them that sense of reality as we do in our normal daily life.
If I could say one thing to the world, I'd say that diversity is important, just as we've established. So this is part of opening up to diversity and exploring how everyone can integrate together and be part of a wider community.